Hello, everyone, and welcome to another night together with the Apostate Prophet. Or if it's evening over there, wherever you are, have a good evening, have a good noon, and good morning, wherever you are, whatever you people call it over there. Hi, everyone. Welcome. I hope the sound is okay. Can everyone quickly let me know if the sound is okay? I see such awesome comments already. Thanks, everyone. Of course you are. 577 all. Well, I'm not worthy. Can anyone tell me if the sound is okay? If it sounds okay? Good. Wonderful. 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 Amazing. So why have we gathered here today? We have gathered here to talk about science and facts and the Quran. But more than that, I actually just want to, I kind of want to make live chats every other week now. I could even turn it into every week after a while. And I would like to just, make live chats every week and just have your questions, just talk to all of you people. Why do I keep saying that? Anyway. But the main thing why I'm here is that I was going to talk about the Quran mistakes, because I'm currently working on that. As said before, as promised before, I am about to publish a video about all the mistakes in the Quran. I have gas issues. I'm very sorry to say this. I'm currently working on publishing all the mistakes in the Quran. I have been working on that, and there has been so much a delay, because the more I work on this, the more it becomes bigger and bigger. I didn't even expect to have such a huge project as the one that I have currently in my hands. What I was originally attempted to do, what I was originally planning is a 1-hour video of all the mistakes in the Quran. But what I'm currently doing, what it will probably end up with, is 4 videos or 3 videos, and each of them dedicated to a specific category of mistakes, like scientific mistakes, historical factual mistakes, absurdities. I even think of making a 4th one, which is about all the contradictions in the Quran. And I could go on with that forever. It doesn't even end there. But I'm currently working on finishing the first episode, having it done, having it ready to be published. And I don't know. I didn't expect so much of that. I want to share some of the stuff that I have created for that. But before I do that, let me quickly again go over to Twitter and to Facebook and remind all these beautiful, wonderful people that we are live here. By the way, if you're here, if you're listening, don't forget to use the like button. Hello, hello, hello. What the hell was that about? I'm using this stupid system, Google Hangouts, by YouTube. I mean, by Google. Am I back? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, wonderful. Yeah, I'm using Google Hangouts, as you can see on the top left corner of the chat. I don't know what happened. The sound just went off, so I muted it and unmuted to get it again, and now it works. Weird. Anyway, I was talking about using the like button and sharing this live chat with your parents and your children and your grandparents and all your neighbors, so they can come and watch this live chat as well. And and subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, there will be bad consequences after this life is over. But let me come to what I'm actually wanting to share. I have prepared something. How do I share my screen here? Oh yeah, I got it. That's weird. Okay, give me just 1 second. All right. Okay, so what I'm currently working on, I hope everyone can see this. I believe you can. That's at least what I see here. What it appears like to me. Yes, of course, everyone can see this. So I'm currently having this. I have this list that I have been preparing of all the mistakes in the Quran, of all the scientific mistakes, science mistakes, of factual or historical errors. I added all the sources to them, everything that I've got. I made a list for contradictions as well, but I kept this empty for now because I didn't want to. I wanted to focus on single errors in the Quran. I didn't want to go into contradictions just yet, but I might come to that as well. And I also have made a very special list that I call the absurdities and others, in which I include some mistakes that are not necessarily science mistakes and not necessarily factual mistakes. I'm very sorry. But that could also count as mistakes because they're just completely absurd, nonsensical verses. And I've started making all these science mistakes that I've listed here. And this is not even all. I have started here. I have ordered them in a nice order that I thought would be engaging, would be nice in a video. I started with the Quran's ignorance on stars, on the objects that are orbiting our planet Earth, as the Quran describes it. And I'm going through this. This will be a giant project, this whole science issue. I'm not even sure how I'm going to make this the second part, which is about factual errors. I might even end up doing 2 videos of that as well, because this will be huge. There is so much to talk about, and it will very, very clearly show you that the Quran is complete nonsense, written by someone or some people who had no idea about history at all. Anyway, so I categorize this here below as well again, but that's what I'm currently working on. It's going very, very well. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Stop screen sharing. Okay. Wonderful. I didn't even check. Did everyone see that? Yes. I guess everyone saw that. So the wonderful thing about this is that I made a video before in which I titled 43 scientific mistakes in the Quran. And I just made 43 because it was kind of a gag video. It was I joked very much in that video. I just wanted to present how absurd the Quran sounds when it comes to scientific issues, when it comes to things that we observe around us everywhere. And I thought, how much can I really gather? How many science mistakes can I really gather in one video? But then I sat down and started reading the Quran again and looking at the whole Quran and gathering all those mistakes that I looked at before that I wanted to share in a future video. And currently, I am only with science mistakes around 80 mistakes or so, and I might be even adding some more mistakes because I have been quite forgiving in this whole science mistakes issue. Aside from that, when I check factual errors, historical errors, I have only here about 30 mistakes. In others, I have about 20 mistakes. In contradictions, there will be more added to this, so there will be over 100 mistakes, and it will be a very, very pleasant thing to do, and I guess it will also be a very, very pleasant thing for a Muslim apologist to go through and to respond to me. That will be amazing. Anyway, that's what I have been doing. To give you some examples, the Quran, for example, The Quran takes very weird stories from Christian legends. It tells us at some part about the seven sleepers, for example. The seven sleepers was a legend, was a story that Christians used to tell each other in the past, in which, according to which, a group of people goes to a cave and falls asleep there and sleeps there for 300 years. 300 numbers. I hate numbers. And eventually they wake up and they suddenly they leave the cave and they are suddenly in a completely changed world where this is supposed to have happened in history, but they suddenly wake up and the empire that they have been living in is not pagan anymore and is suddenly Christian. And this was a story. This was not a real thing among Christians. And the Quran suddenly takes this story and tells this story as if it was a real story, as if it was something that really happened, although people know that it is only a Christian legend and stuff like that. There are, when we come to science mistakes, there is just no end. The Quran is full of complete garbage. So that said, after sharing this information, I believe I'll make an intro video to this whole thing. I might do this next week, in the coming week, and then after that, not long after the intro video, I might even announce the date in the intro video. After that, I will have the first episode published, and I will spread that like AIDS. Is that offensive? I don't know, something else. Just imagine something. I don't know. So, okay, I have spoken so much. That's what I have been doing. That's what I have been up to. This live chat will be around 1 hour, just so that everyone knows. 1 hour, so that everyone knows. Don't forget to hit the like button, to share this chat, and to ask me wonderful questions now, because now I have time to just go through questions and just talk to you wonderful people out there, no matter where you're from. If you're from Italy or America or Canada, just stop talking, man. Okay. Ifer made a super chat of 10 Swiss francs, right? No question attached. Thank you so much, Ifer. You feel free to attach questions to your super chats. I would lovingly, gladly go through those questions and answer them. But yeah, thank you so much. Nelson's TAS and Game Archive said, much love from Odinist Heathen in KC, Missouri. Thank you so much, Nelson's TAS and Game Archive. So, what else is here? Peter Parker said, make a video about Hamza Tortoise, please. Hamza Tortoise, isn't that a guy that, yeah, he's a convert, I believe. Yeah. And he has been preaching Islam in the UK, I believe, forever. I don't know. I just don't want to deal with people like that. I think he has been quite an okay person, quite an okay preacher. I don't know if he doesn't attack me, if there is nothing that that seems problematic about him as a preacher, I would just not engage very much, unless maybe I come across a video of him. Maybe you can send me one. Maybe you can tell me about one. You can tell me about a video which you think sounds very absurd, sounds like deception, sounds like trickery, sounds like false dawah, and I could look through that video and I could then address that video and maybe make a debunking video about him. So that's always a possibility, of course. But thanks for your comment and your suggestion. Philrator made a donation. Thank you so much, Philrator. No question attached, but thank you so much. Please attach questions to your super chat so I can answer them and I can talk to you. Aditya Udeshi said, what is taqiyya? Taqiyya is... Wow. I wanted to make a video about this forever. I should make a video about this. I wanted to make a video about that forever. I will probably make that soon. And I have an opinion that is quite different from many people who criticize Islam and who talk about taqiyya. Many people suggest that taqiyya is this secret tactic among Muslims where Muslims lie in order to spread Islam and in order to deceive people. But I wouldn't agree with that. I would say that first off, most Muslims, the most common, the most regular Muslim, has never heard of the word taqiyya. Secondly, it's not really a concept as people think it is, but and it's more of a Shia origin, in which Shia had this practice, this tactic, in order to where they lied to people in order to protect themselves from persecution by Sunni Muslims, because Shia Muslims were a persecuted minority most of the time. But yeah, but how can you trust me? I might be practicing taqiyya right now. But yeah, I'll make a video about that sometime. Thank you for your question. Stefan said, do you watch Speaker's Corner videos? Plenty of material. I don't. I find that so annoying. I find those videos so annoying. I have no idea why people are watching those videos. So people are just gathering in this park and yelling at each other, and you can't even hear anything properly. It's so annoying. You can be enjoying it. If you're enjoying it, wonderful. But I don't know. I just look at those videos. I see this Ali Dawa guy jumping around and yelling, and other people yelling at him, and I just think, what are you doing, people? But thanks, Stefan. So what else? What else? Okay. Arihan Sharma made a super chat, said, love from India. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Matthew A. Libby said, flying carpet. I don't know what that refers to. Make a video on the Kashmir conflict and let the world know the truth. Plasmodium X. I would not make a video about the Kashmir conflict because, and I'm very sorry about that, because reason number one is that I'm not very familiar with the Kashmir conflict. I would have to completely go sit down and study the whole conflict. And what's the point of making a video about something that I'm not very well informed about? I mean, okay, people do that. I could actually do that. I could sit down, I could read more about it, and I could reflect on it, and I could come and make a video about it. But I just think I'm in no position to talk about that, and it's also too much of a political issue rather than a religious issue. It is definitely also a religious issue, but yeah, I would prefer not to make a video about that. I just wish that the problem will be resolved between India, Pakistan, and the Kashmir region. The Joshua Project made a super chat and said, why are so many Latinos and African Americans in US converting to Islam? I'm not very sure about the whole statistics with the Latinos converting to Islam, although someone recently sent me an email about that with a report that I looked at, and it looked kind of it looked like there is some truth to it, but it's not like Latinos are in masses converting to Islam. That's just definitely a false picture. African Americans converting to Islam is nothing new. That's because of, racial issues, the Nation of Islam, other movements that have been active for African Americans that propagated that Christianity was the religion of the white people and Islam was the religion of the black people. Are you kidding me? Muhammad had black slaves. Muslim empires traded black slaves forever. They gave black people a slur. People are nowadays in Africa using a slur for black people called zanj, which means basically which they gave to the black people, and they call them slaves. I mean, they use words that come from the word slaves, and during the entire history of the Islamic Empire, they called African people names. They wrote about African people. They wrote about how inferior African people are. They wrote about they talked about how African people should not convert to Islam so that they can be taken as slaves, because taking taking Muslim slaves is not appropriate in Islam, which is why Africans should stay non-Muslims and should stay inferior people, so that they can be bought and sold as slaves. That is literally found in the entire history of Islam. And some people honestly have claimed that Islam is the religion of the black people, and Christianity is the religion of the white people. I mean, that's how the discourse can become so much messed up. But yeah, I guess that's the main reason. I think the whole conversion to Islam among African Americans has slowed it down compared to a few decades ago. But yeah, that was the problem that we had. Thank you so much for your super chat, Joshua Project. Thank you for your question. Mitch Bolishchuk said, made a super chat and said, what do Muslims mean when they say the Quran is perfect? Perfect how? Thanks for your super chat, first of all. What they mean when they say perfect is, I was just thinking about this today. It doesn't make very much sense to a Christian or to a Jewish person when Muslims brag so much about how perfect and how unchanged and original and unadulterated the Quran is. Muslims brag about that all the time. They brag about that among themselves. They brag about that when they talk to non-Muslims, when they want to preach Islam and tell everyone how great Islam is. What they mean by that is that the Quran is the original verbatim word of the Almighty Creator, Allah. Allah dictated the book, the Quran, exactly as it is, as you can find it nowadays in your local store. So when you go to the next store that sells a Quran, or when you order it online, or when you go to a mosque and pick that book up and you open that book, that's exactly the words that Allah apparently spoke. That's what they believe in. And since they believe in that, and because the Quran itself also asserts that no one can change the word of Allah, which means the Quran, they believe that the Quran has been revealed by Allah and has stayed like that forever. And it has forever contained the absolute truth in the universe. The biggest truth that you can ever get. And that is all the combination of that logic is what they mean when they say that the Quran is perfect. It's such a weird doctrine. Anyway, thank you for your super chat, Mitch. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Another super chat by Hakan Adan, a Turkish-speaking person, said the Turkish population should return to its origins. Oh, yeah. You mean the Turkish people should leave Islam? I agree. Please. I had, in the past, I still have kind of problems with Turkey and Turkish people because, for all those who don't know, I was born into a Turkish Muslim family. I am of Turkish descent, but I was born in Germany, and we moved to Turkey at some point when I was 15 years old or 16 years old. And I was basically forced to live there for about more than 10 years, for about 11 years. And during that entire time, I never liked Turkey. I hated it because I was torn away from my country, which is Germany, which I loved so much. And in Turkey, I just didn't like anything. I tried to adapt. I tried to be a Turkish person as much as I could, but I hated it. And yeah, but I kind of developed this hatred for this entire country and this culture there. And at the beginnings, when I started all my YouTube stuff, when I started making my videos, I also spoke a lot of bad stuff about Turkey. I don't know how I can take that back, when I can take that back, but I definitely want to make a correction about all that stuff. I think Turkish people are quite surprisingly very freedom-oriented, very secular, very nice in general. Of course, they have qualities that I don't agree with because there is a giant culture clash between me and Turkish people. But I believe that there is a lot of hope for Turkish people and also for Iranian people who are very close to Turkish people, in that they will be nations that will, stop the regressive growth of Islam in their countries. So all the best, Hakan, and thank you. Super David Pro made a super chat and said, please don't miss 423, most tragic error. Allah doesn't know that first cousin marriage causes birth defects in children, noticeable in statistics. I haven't actually thought about that about including that in my science mistakes issue, but when you say it that way, it actually makes sense. I'll think a little bit about that. It's not a clear mistake on its own, but yeah, it would actually kind of, I see what you mean. Allah couldn't tell that that cousin marriage was harmful, and he basically allowed it. I see what you mean. I'll look into that. But thank you so much, Super David Pro, for your super chat. I appreciate it. I'll try to pick up some regular comments instead of super chats only, but I'll come back to the super chats just in a second. Just a moment. The Real 575 said, AP, are you aware of the Zanj Revolt? The Zanj Revolt refers to a historic event where slaves, black slaves, and other tribes, other people within the Islamic Empire caused a big riot, a big revolt, and dealt a lot of damage to the Islamic Empire. And yes, I have covered that in one of my videos where I talked about the untold story of Islamic slavery. I made that video half a year ago or so. But yeah, I actually talked about that. It's a very interesting thing that happened in history. And I think every African American person or any person of African origin who thinks that Islam is better to them than Christianity or any other religion, that Islam is good for black people, should definitely look into stuff like that. Okay, thank you for your question. Moreza Mustafovsky said, greetings from Melbourne. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone who is coming from Gig TV, by the way. Gig TV is a Turkish channel that is led by a Turkish atheist who's also doing a great work in revealing the truth about Islam from a more Turkish perspective to a Turkish audience. He's doing a great job. I even had a little live chat with him recently and spoke in Turkish. That was weird. I haven't spoken in Turkish in a long time to a crowd. That's why it was weird. Moreza Mustafovsky made a super chat. Thank you so much. Someone else made a super chat and retracted the message. But thank you so much for making a super chat. Moreza, thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. Shahrus47 made a super chat and said, Quran 1964 verse is from Gabe in first person, from Gabriel in first person. What do you mean? I don't have number references. I hate referencing numbers. Thanks everyone for coming, by the way. Thanks everyone for joining, for watching, for amazing comments, for the amazing participation. And thank you all so much. Gabriel said, and we angels descend not except by the order of your Lord. To him belong that before us and that behind us and what is in between, and never is your Lord forgetful. That is weird. You don't pay attention to this when you actually read it. I remember reading this just recently. Interesting point. I would have to look at the context, the surrounding verses, and see. But thank you for the super chat. Thank you a lot, whoever you are. Shahrus47, thank you. All right. Thanks for joining, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your questions and your comments and your participation. Don't forget to hit the like button and share the video. I don't know why you would like to share it, but maybe you want to share this live chat with your close friends and show them that there is this guy called Apostate Prophet who's about to create a cult. And that sounds very awesome. Thanks for joining, wherever you're joining from. Pepe0801 said, AP, I love your work. When are you going to speak about the Islamic invasion and conquest of the Iberian Peninsula? Believe me, I have been wanting to speak about that for so long. I just didn't come to it because I want to combine that with several other historical issues, and I also want to combine that with. I want to make a dedicated video about the whole Al-Andalus thing that Muslims love to bring up so much, the Islamic Caliphate that ruled in Spain, because they like to claim that Islam ruled with so much peace and so much ruled so wonderfully and beautifully in Spain, and I just want to go out and debunk that in a nice way. And I don't know if I want to make that separately or if I want to include all those in a series or in the same video. But I'm going to do that as well. I need to get all my stuff together. I've had a troubling few months. I want to get back to making proper videos again. But thank you so much for your super chat, Pepe0801. Joan Mass said in a super chat, thank you for your super chat. What do you think about Imam Mohammed Tawhidi from Australia and his effort for reforming Islam? I believe that that Imam Tawhidi is doing. I don't know. I honestly don't know what I want to say about him. Sometimes I look at him and I think he's doing some good work. He's trying to help the global Islam issue right now and how Islam, reflects itself upon society. But then again, I look at his methodology and I just think that's not how it's done. I don't know. I have some respect for him. All the best to him. What would I say? Do you see my cup, everyone? Wonderful, right? By the way, you can get this cup right there below in the description. You can order this, and you can even drink out of this cup. It's amazing. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. All right. Thank you, Joan Mass, for the super chat. I will be always looking at super chats more and directly try to answer those because, people make the effort and pay money and ask a question, and I can't just be a little weasel and just ignore those. Nelson TAS and Game Archive said, thoughts on 250 Uyghur Muslims killed in China daily. There is so much misinformation about this whole issue. No one is speaking about it. Not even the Muslim world, not even Muslim leaders are speaking about it. It's a crazy issue, and I have, to be very honest, never really looked very much into it. I would love to actually read more about it, but no, I haven't looked very much into it. That's why I wouldn't probably have much thought on it either. But thank you for your super chat, Nelson. All right. God the Almighty said, AP, do you know how much of the Quran is wrong? There is a lot wrong with it. I'm going to make a series about that very soon. For all those who joined later, who have missed the beginning of this live chat, I just announced that that I'm making a list. I shared this list with the public. I might even do this again right here, right now. I have a giant list of these Quran mistakes that I'm currently going through. Science mistakes, factual mistakes, contradictions, absurdities, and so on. There are so many mistakes, even when we collect these here. There are 57 in a row. But if you collect all the different sources and count all of them as a separate mistake, there are over 80 science mistakes in the Quran that I have gathered so far. There are over 30 factual historical errors, over 20 other errors. So, and I'll also add contradictions to that. There will be more than 100 more than 100 factual total mistakes in the Quran that I will present. In a video or in 4 videos in a nice series very, very soon. And I talked about some of the mistakes at the beginning of this conversation, like how the Quran gets the orbiting of the sun and the moon wrong because it thinks that the sun and the moon are orbiting around the earth, not the other way around. The Quran even has this thing which is very interesting. I would even show you that quickly if I have the reference to that open somewhere. Something very interesting when you read it is that the Quran, the author of the Quran thought apparently that the night and the day and the sun and the moon were separate things. Like the night wasn't caused by the absence of the sunlight, and the day wasn't caused by the light of the sun, but that the sun was just this shining thing above there that comes during daytime. Daytime is an object of itself, is something of itself. Night is something of itself. Those day and night turn around, and there's also the moon and the sun that are also within the night and within the day turning around. It's it's amazing. It's some very messed up description of the day and the night and these bodies in the sky. But yeah, I would like to. Oh yeah, in fact, I have it here. So why not just go into this right now? That's something amazing that I want to share. Is it this? Yep. Let me show you this. This is Quran.com, Sahih International Translation. In Quran chapter 91, which is a very interesting chapter, the first four verses of this the first four verses of this Quran chapter are very interesting. It says, according to this translation, by the sun and its brightness, and the moon when it follows it, the sun, and by the day when it displays the sun, and by the night when it covers it, the sun. I don't know if you can see what's going on here, but what the Quran basically does here is that it describes the sun and its brightness as an object above in the sky. It describes that the moon, a different object, is following the sun. And everyone, except if you live in some hole somewhere in Madagascar, knows that the moon doesn't follow the sun. By the way, sorry for all my viewers in Madagascar. Just kidding. And by the day when it displays it, it says that it says by the day when it displays it, by the day when it displays the sun. So it doesn't say when the sun displays the day. It says when the day displays the sun. The day is here because the sun is shining. It's not like the day is this brightness outside that causes us to see the sun. It's the opposite. Everything is bright outside, and it's day outside because we have the sun that is shining. Similarly, it even says something completely weird and stupid, like, and the night when it covers the sun. This is amazing. But yeah, this is the current situation that things are going, that I'm currently dealing with, and I will unwrap this in a very nice way in the All Mistakes in the Quran videos. I promise it, and it will be here very soon. There's so much to talk about. All right. Phil Rater made a super chat and said, ex-Muslims are sharing videos like yours in secret Muslim countries. Is this a trend that could continue and undermine Islam eventually? I believe yes. I received so many messages from ex-Muslims in Muslim countries, and I'm sure so do other ex-Muslims on YouTube, or ex-Muslims who write articles or whatever they do. From ex-Muslims who tell us that they watch our videos, that they share our videos, that they encountered someone who talked about me or about someone else, and this is all happening in secret because, in case you don't know, leaving Islam is forbidden in many Muslim countries, and if it's not forbidden by law, if it's not punishable by death by law, then it's at least forbidden in many. In many other ways. It's socially a taboo and so on. So people really have to be secret when they leave Islam and when they want to talk about that. But yeah, thank you so much. Okay, something happened to my jet, to my chat, and I jumped down. I missed a few comments. I hope I didn't miss live chats, super chats, and other comments. Anyway, let me continue with Hakan Adan said. Hakan Adan said, the number of Muslims in France is rising immensely. I know. And it's something that we just need to be talking about. It's something that we should be pointing out in society. I know it's hate speech and all, but many people in Europe don't want more mass immigration. That's just a very basic fact. If you look at surveys, many people don't want more increasing mass immigration. They don't like it. They don't want it. But that's currently how it's going. And I hope people will wake up and realize that that's such a huge import of a different culture. no matter if those people are good or not. That's not what this is about. Such a big demographic change is never good for a society. It's never good for the stability of a country. That's very basic. That's very basic sociology. That's very basic history, and people should be realizing that. But yeah, not everyone likes to think that way. Not everyone likes to think about the future of their country. But thank you for your super chat. Singh Harjinder said, love from India, brother. I feel that Muslims in India hate our country. They have Arabic names, Arabic attire, and have some soft corner for Islamic invaders. What, according to you, is the way out for Hindus? To face reality, to talk honestly about these things, to be intellectually strong, and to make it possible to argue about these things in society, especially with Muslims. Don't make the same mistake that the West is making, and I hope we stop doing this nonsense in the West as well. That we call criticism of Islam hate speech, that we call problems within Muslims, the talking about those problems hate speech, and so on. We need to be able to talk about everything in order to fix problems. We need to be able to have debates, normal discussions, adult discussions with Muslims, and explain how we can live together in a better way, instead of calling everything hate and Islamophobia and racism and whatever. Thanks for your super chat. Smackyhead said, what do you think about the ISIS members in Sweden and the government cover-up about them? There's so much to say about them. Thank you for your super chat. There's so much to say about them. I wanted to make a video about that. I always want to make a video about something, right? Yeah, Sweden is one of those countries that doesn't deal very in the appropriate way with terrorists and other groups that show to be very toxic. I don't know what I can say anymore about that, to be very honest. I just hope people of the West, people of Europe, come to their senses a bit more and realize that they need to be working and doing something for their future, for the future of their children, for their generations, which is why I believe we are alive. Ritzy Ritz said, how does your wife dress? Thanks for your super chat, Ritzy Ritz. My wife wears a niqab at home. She's completely covered in black from top to her feet, and she has this little slit into which you can drop an envelope, the mail. And if she doesn't dress that way, then I usually ask her about how she really wants to be in the afterlife. Why are you asking me this question? My wife dresses like a normal person in the West. Yeah. Anyway, thank you. Anyway, my wife is somewhere here in the comment section, probably, by the way. Thank you for being here. All right, thanks everyone for joining, by the way. I will be here for another 15 to 20 minutes. Thanks for the amazing participation. And if you want to ask questions, feel free to ask them. Feel free to make super chats. I will definitely look at all the super chats before I leave. And don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share this live chat with your parents and your children. And thank you. Julie Mora, nice to see you, Julie. We're always here. Thank you. Hello, AP. Did you hear about the father and son arrested in Toronto yesterday for making bombs of peace in their home? I didn't, actually. I'm not always really up to date with the news. I didn't hear about it. Oh, yeah, I see it. I see it. I don't know. I didn't look into it. I might look into it. But feel free to enlighten me. And thank you always, Julie Mora, for being here. Everyone, Julie Mora has a very interesting YouTube channel as well. She's talking about Islam and immigration and political issues more from a Canadian Western perspective. I think it's very interesting. If you want to subscribe to her, please do so. Julie Mora. And thanks, Julie, for being here. And thanks for the super chat. It's your duty to make a super chat. Okay, and the regular comments. Cherry Chaplin said, we would be glad if you visit us again. We would be glad if you visit us again. Where do I visit you? Where do I visit? Did I visit you recently and I don't know of it? Did you kidnap me? Did you kidnap me? I don't know what you mean, but anyway, please elaborate. What do I think of Rebel Media? I don't follow Rebel Media very much. There was a time when they were publishing a lot of stuff around 2016 or so. I haven't heard very much of them ever since. And yeah, I don't know. What happened to David Wood? I honestly don't know. I didn't have very much contact with him in the last few days. I even sent him a message and he didn't respond to me. But that's normal. That's how he communicates. Don't freak out. I believe he's totally fine. He just had recently a meeting with Imam Tawhidi. I believe he'll be publishing an interview with Imam Tawhidi in the coming days, probably. That should be interesting. But yeah, it would be nice to see him around here again sometime. So, Kafir Linda Clark, thank you for always being here, Linda. Made a super chat and said, why didn't Allah send the eternal Quran to Moses? Well, you know, Allah can't think of that. Allah has to send a few books first and then mess it up, you know, let people change his books and let people forget his message. But for all those who don't know, Islam claims that Christians once had the true knowledge of the true God, but then they went astray and they forgot all the teachings and corrupted their scripture and so on. But then Allah came up with a brilliant idea and sent the Quran, the eternal, wonderful book for eternally for all humankind. But yeah, it's an interesting question to ask, Linda. I agree with you. All right. Let's say thanks to my wife, who's also here in the comment section, who's also trying to help with the chat here. She's doing an amazing job. She's just helping me here. Let's clap for a second. This is for you. All right, let's go on. Do not freeze, said Ridvan. May the non-existent deity of your choice bless your heart. Don't make fun of people. Thank you. Do not freeze. And thanks for your super chat. Okay. What do I think of? Where did I see that? I saw 50 comments so far asking me about Annie Cyrus. Slovak Vid said, make a video with Annie Cyrus. I would love to. I will. I promise you. I promise to you, Slovak Vids, I will make a talk with Annie Cyrus. I don't believe I'm following her on Twitter. I started following her on Twitter now, and I'm just in this moment, just for you, sending a message to her and say, hey, Slovak Vids on YouTube asked me to have a chat with you in the comment section. Had with you. Anyway, would love to talk to you. Okay. I just sent her a message. And I even said Slovak Vids told me this. I hope that makes you happy. Slovak Vids. Thank you so much. I want to start making videos, making live chats with other people soon again, and I would definitely include her as well in such a regular live chat. That would be nice. Okay, Damir Zujovic said, "What is your favorite beer, Apostate Prophet?" I didn't drink beer in a long time. Ever since I had anxiety issues, I just wanted to keep a clear mind and didn't do anything at all that would alter my state of mind. So I didn't do anything. But yeah, I like several things. What do I like? What do I normally like? I like German beer. I like German types. I like Erdinger, which is some awesome German beer. And yeah, I think that's my favorite beer. Okay. Sharan Ravi Gopal said, is there anything you like in Islam, AP? There are things I like in Islam, of course. I mean, it's a horrible religion, but even a mass murderer who has just killed 500 people at once in a shooting can otherwise be helping your grandma cross the street, you know. And I would think, oh, it's good that this guy helped your grandma cross the street. That's a good thing. I like that. But that would still make him a mass murderer who just killed 500 people at once. And that's what I think about Islam. I believe that was clear. But thanks for your question. Shahruz47 said, how often do you get people saying your videos were the reason for them leaving their faith? I don't want to boast about it, but I have quite often seen that in messages and also in comments, and it makes me happy. It makes me feel even more like it matters what I'm doing, and it motivates me. That's definitely an amazing feedback that I receive. Thanks for your question, and thanks for your super chat, Shahruz47. Okay, and the regular comments. I don't see any other super chats. If you want to make super chats right now, make them. I will answer super chats immediately. Otherwise, I'll get back to normal comments. Stovakvitz, thank you so much. No problem at all. Mrs. Apostate. Oh, people have actually been applauding Mrs. Apostate. Wonderful. That's my wife. So let me, since I've just seen this, let me applaud again. This is for you, my wonderful wife. Thanks for being here. Okay. AP, speak German. Hallo, meine lieben Freunde, und herzlich willkommen. Ich hoffe, es sind hier noch einige Deutschsprechende, die mir gerade noch zuhören. Ich weiß, es ist spät bei euch da drüben. That's all. No one understands it. Olive Buter said, AP, what do you think of Armin Navabi? I believe this question comes... I just had a chat with Armin Navabi this week. I talked with him about religion in general, about Christianity, what I think of Christianity, why I like Christianity, why he doesn't like Christianity, and about Islam, about morality, and so on. He's a nice person. We have our differences, we have our disagreements about religion. I believe religion is in itself not something very harmful that we should be fighting. I believe that there are a lot of good things about religions. I believe Christianity is a religion that I like. I like Christianity. And yeah, we have our differences, but he's a nice guy and he's a friend, so yeah. Gerald Thompson said, greetings, AP. Would you ever do a super stream with Tommy Robinson? I would love to. I would love to, yeah. But yeah, I would love to. Yeah, but I would love to. I don't know what just happened. Please collaborate on a video with Sham Sharma, said Arihan Sharma in a super chat. I might in the future again. I did before. He's a very nice guy. But thank you for your super chat. Okay, what else? HGGFHH said, AP, do you like the taste of beer? It depends. It really depends. It has to be very nice beer. Erdinger, as I said, is a very, very beautiful a very beautiful brand of beer. I love it. I usually like German stuff much more in that direction. The Fluffy Kirby Princess said, have you considered interest in any other religion than Islam? Yes, I did. When I left Islam, I didn't actually immediately stop believing in God and in the supernatural. I still kept believing in that something might be out there, or someone might be out there, whatever you call it. And I have shown interest in different religions, and I have studied different religions, and I ended up therefore also being more rational with religions, not just rejecting and hating all of them. I don't believe in any of them. I have come to this position where I just think I don't think I can believe in a religion, but I'm also not an opponent of religions themselves. But yeah, I did. Thank you. Ultra Funky said in a super chat, Game of Thrones or Give Me Death? What say you, AP? What is Give Me Death a show? Is it a show name, or are you just saying something else here? Are you saying "Give me death"? I don't like Game of Thrones. I just made a tweet about that a few days ago, where I said that Game of Thrones is boring as hell. I really don't like Game of Thrones. I have no idea why people like Game of Thrones. I tried it twice before, I think, on my own. And I tried it once together with my wife. And I believe every time I watched like 2 or 3 episodes, and each time I was just like, okay, nothing's happening. Just, I'm not interested in this at all. I don't like this whole thing. I don't know. I never liked it. I kind of found it boring. Although it's not a genre that should make me feel bored, but I really find it boring. Anyway, but thanks for the super chat. Mitch Polishuk said in a super chat, "Do you ever do public debates, or is there too much of a real threat to you? Raised in a Scientologist household, there are many flavors of crazy." I don't believe there would be, to be very, very honest with you, especially here in America, I don't believe I would be an immediate physical threat by Muslims for showing up to a debate. I don't believe I would be shot to death and killed on a stage or anything. I'm not afraid of that at all. But I haven't done debates so far. I've thought about doing that in the future. I haven't done them so far. I don't know. I have just recently gotten out of all this anxiety stuff. I want to approach things slowly again. But in the future, it might be possible if I find an opponent who understands the etiquette of debate, who can sit down and talk in a normal manner, in an intellectual manner, and really have a debate with me. I would gladly do it. But if it's some Mohammed Hijab type guy who yells into the crowd and insults his opponent, then no thank you, because that's definitely not how a debate works. But thank you for your super chat, Mitch. All right, I will be gone soon, but people keep making super chats, and I'll answer every super chat before I go. So thanks so much. Govin Parma made a super chat. Thank you so much, Govin Parma. There is no question attached, but I appreciate it. Someone said, "Make a German accent." I don't know what you want from me yet, but it's really interesting that people are asking me for a German accent, and that wasn't completely German, but it was a little bit. I hope you enjoyed this. I only do this for my wife. Val Lore said in a super chat, "What are your thoughts on Hassan Piker and the Young Turks?" I'm not interested in them. to be the most peaceful that I can be about that. I'm not interested. I believe the Young Turks is a show that is full of very weird stuff, full of misinformation. But yeah, it's a completely different arena where people are just being weirdos. But thank you for your super chat, Val Lore. Thomas Garcia said in a super chat, "Thank you for your super chat. Moderate Muslims in Australia claim that Sharia law teaches them to respect the laws of the country they're living in. Do you know where in the Quran does it contradict this statement?" Well, it is true that Muslims are supposed to respect the law of the country. I don't believe it's in the Quran. No. Muslims are supposed to respect the law of the place they are in. But the thing is, that doesn't mean they are not supposed to go out and also spread their religion, and also use different methods in spreading their religion. So it's really some kind of trickery. I mean, Muslims are supposed to respect the law of the place they're living in, except if they are forced to do things that clearly go against Islam. But they are also supposed to spread Islam. It is every Muslim's duty to spread Islam. In fact, if someone says it is not my duty to spread Islam, many Islamic scholars would consider that an offense to Islam itself. They would even declare that a declaration of disbelief, to say It is not my duty to spread Islam, because it's an obligation on every Muslim. And the third thing is, after spreading Islam everywhere, it is also obligatory on Muslims to live by Sharia law and to live by an Islamic state, by Islamic rules. So when a Muslim tells you that according to Islam they have to respect the local law, they don't tell you the rest of it, because there are strings attached that you don't really want to know about. Yeah. I tweeted about that once. I would love to make a video about that too sometime, actually. I mean, let me make a note of that. That's a quite interesting and very inflammatory topic, just the thing that I like. Okay. Thanks for your super chat, Thomas. And here we go on. Yeah, Erdinger beer. I need to drink Erdinger beer again. I would love to. I've made so much advertisement for Erdinger in this live chat. I hope they will sponsor this live chat. Saint Michael said, AP, you realize you have followers from South Asia? I think you're a great guy. Thank you, Saint Michael. I do have people from South Asia, and I really appreciate that. I even have, if we go to Southeast Asia, I even have, I know we're talking about South Asia, but even if we go to Indonesia and Malaysia are among the top 10 countries that subscribe to this channel and watch these videos, which is really an amazing thing to me. These are two dominantly Muslim countries. The list, by the way, is currently America is number 1, India is number 2, UK is number 3, then Canada, Australia, Germany, and it goes on like that. I check that every now and then. Absolutely, 1940, 1950. Someone says that Game of Thrones is all about gore, nudity, and nudity again. It's just, I don't know. You know, I don't have a problem with people enjoy it, to have nudity, to have sex scenes, whatever, in TV shows and movies, whatever. It's a thing. But the issue with a show like Game of Thrones is, what is the point of all the nudity and the sex scenes in the show itself? You know, where is the correlation? How is that relevant to anything? It looks like they're just putting it out there to make it more watchable to people, and it just looks weird. I don't like the show at all. It is weird. But anyway, JPV said in a super chat, what do you think about Jordan Peterson? I believe this is the last super chat, and oh no, there are 4 more super chats. Okay, I'll answer these last 4 super chats, and then I'll probably be gone. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks everyone for making these super chats. Thanks for these amazing comments. Thanks for the participation. Don't forget to like the like button. I said it again. Don't forget to push the like button. Yeah, and to appreciate this conversation that we are having, in which I am just talking to myself in the screen. Smack He Had said, what do you think is a charm with Islam, and what is the best argument for making people start to doubt it? The charm about it is that people that believe in it are so convinced, I believe, that it is the absolute truth, that they present these things like, oh, Islam has never changed. Did you know that Islam is still the same religion that it has been, and that it has presented this miracle and that miracle? And some Western people are just so much interested in an Oriental religion. It's just some kind of loving those lower ones. I don't know, but I wouldn't say that I have a best argument for making people start to doubt it in mind, because my whole channel is focused on just presenting arguments all about that. But I would say, I don't know, maybe you can watch the videos that I've made so far, and you can pick something and you can go ahead with that. I think there are some that have become quite popular. Thank you for your super chats, Mickey Hat. Mike Castellano said in a super chat, AP, thanks for spreading the message. We are a critical point with regard to Islam's assault on the West. I ask all to support AP on Patreon. If you want to do that, everyone, you can support me on Patreon. It's below in the description, the link to it. I appreciate all that so much. Thank you, Mike Castellano. Thanks for your input. Anirban Guha said, an oceanographer Debunked fresh salt water miracle. Absolutely. Thanks for your super chat. I will talk about that in the upcoming videos as well. Last super chat. What do you think about Jordan Peterson? Asked by JPV. I think Jordan Peterson is, on many levels, a very reliable and good guy who has, it's interesting listening to him. And he has made a lot of impact in society, in philosophy and political issues over the last few years. There have been several issues that I greatly disagree with him, that I always disagreed with him. I don't hear much about him anymore. I have been hearing much about him for half a year or so, I guess. I think he was more in the spotlight before that. But yeah, I usually respect him as an intellectual, as whatever he is. I don't have anything against him. And yeah, thanks for your super chat. Okay, Nadaverse said, are you familiar with Eastern Orthodoxy? If not, I highly recommend John Baer. He conveys the fundamentals very well. Most do not know what set Eastern Orthodoxy apart. Very interesting. Thank you, Nadaverse, for your super chat and for your recommendation. I will take it. John Baer, I'll make a note of that. I'm actually very interested in Eastern Orthodoxy, to be honest. I will look into that. John Baer. Wrong place to make a note. Give me a second. Okay. I will look into that. Thank you so much. I studied quite a lot about it before, not enough, but I definitely will in the future as well. Okay, and here we have the last super chat, and then I'll pick 2 random comments, and then I'll say goodbye and good night. Govind Parmar said, this donation is sent in the hope that you do not leave us without a jihad metaphor for the like button. Thank you, Govind. Thank you so much for your super chat. So, thanks everyone for joining. If you're here, if you're listening to me, why would I say it anyway if you're not listening to me? Wait jihad on the like button. Pretend that the like button is a virgin and that you are a true believing jihadist and just want to go to heaven to get those virgins. Push it with all your faith, with all your devotion, with all your love for Allah and His holy Prophet Muhammad. This holy Prophet Muhammad will love you for just using this like button. He will think this is a real follower, a real believer in the Almighty Allah. This guy who used the like button in this live chat that Apostate Prophet made. May Allah give you all the virgins that you as a jihadist want. I hope that was good enough. Okay. Thanks, everyone. I'll pick 2 more questions. Did I leave Islam because I'm gay? I'm married to a woman. That doesn't mean I'm not gay, but I'm not gay. But no, I didn't. I had left Islam because I wanted to, drink alcohol, because I wanted to drink ham. I always wanted to eat bacon and I couldn't. And then I thought, what am I going to do about this? Oh, just leave Islam. So I left Islam and now I'm eating bacon. It's amazing. I suggest that too. What else? Let's see. Pop that virgin. I just read that. Don't write that. Don't write that. Don't do that. Don't do that to this innocent live chat. Don't do that. You are okay. Final question. What's your opinion of this? Of the Edward Ha said, "What's your opinion of the video by Soph? Be not afraid. It has stirred some controversy." I don't know if everyone has seen it, Not everyone has seen it, of course, but there are probably many people here who have seen the video by YouTuber Soph, who has recently published a video which was called "Be Not Afraid," in which she, a 14-year-old girl, a YouTuber, appears in a cover in a black dark niqab without her face covered, and talks in a very eloquent and weird way about her offenses to Islam, about her hate speech, and how she is sorry about it, and so on. And it was quite controversial. And BuzzFeed wrote an article about her and said how disgusting and how racist and how awful she is. And after BuzzFeed wrote that article, she gained like 150,000 new subscribers or so. But yeah, I found the video quite interesting. In some ways, it was definitely funny. It was not very good in many other ways, but yeah, that's all I can say about it. She's definitely a funny person, although you don't have to agree with whatever she says. Okay, don't forget to eat bacon, everyone, and don't forget to smash the like button with a strip of bacon that you hold in your hand. I believe that way we will go to Allah much more quickly. Okay, I'm going to go offline. Cherry Chaplin said, wünsche dir viel Erfolg. Es ist spät. Geh schlafen. Mach weiter. What she or he said is, it's late. I'm going to sleep. Keep going. And I want to say the same thing. It's late. I'm off. I'll be leaving. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks everyone for being here. I appreciate all your thoughts, all your comments, all your questions, all your super chats, all your participation, all your likes, all your dislikes, and everything so much. And I hope to see you again in another live chat. I will be here again with more videos. And auf Wiedersehen, Leute. Vielen, vielen Dank, alle meine deutsch sprechenden Freunde. Türkiye'den katılanlara da çok teşekkürler. To speak some more languages. Also some Arabic. And that was so offensive. Stay away from Islam, everyone. Thanks. Stay away from Islam. Stay away from Islam.